Hello, and welcome to another Satisfactory tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to do recipes. For this example, we're going to be making 10 reinforced plates per minute, but my goal is to not have you blindly copy this exactly as a guide. I want to make sure you know the process on how to determine what is needed to achieve a certain goal that you set. Substitute the final product for whatever you want, and these concepts will take you through the end game. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe. I plan on making a lot more tutorials just like these. First, you will need to determine what you want to make. And in this example, we're going to be doing 10 reinforced iron plates per minute. And when setting goals like these, I like to go in increments of machines. So 10 works nice in this case, since one assembler gives us 5 plates. General tip, you're going to want a lot of room, a lot more room than you think, because the machines are pretty big, and yes, you will need more space. Also, building on foundations keep you nice and organized, since the buildings will snap a little bit together. One more jump. And when I say start with the goal, that doesn't just mean start by making the goal. We want to start with the goal generally. So let's go to our codex, press N to go to the codex, and type in reinforced iron plates. And this is where you learn, oh, reinforced iron plates, they're made in an assembler. So we need to pull up an assembler. And let's put one down and check our recipe. I always like looking at the recipes in the machines, since they give the per minute instructions. Okay, this machine makes 5 per minute. That means we need 2 of these machines. So I just happen to know that with the use of TV magic, that one machine will go there, one machine will go there. And let's take a closer look at this recipe. 5 per minute needs 30 iron plates and 60 screws. We multiply each of these by 2. Pretty simple. We need 60 iron plates and 120 screws. Iron plates are made in a constructor. So let's go to our constructor. Did I put that the right way? I did. Let's look at our iron plates. In our constructor, 20 iron plates need 30 ingots. And since we need 60 plates, 60 divided by 20 means we need 3 of these guys making iron plates, since they make 20. 20 times 3, 60. So let's put those down. Also, important to note, you press N, go to your quick search. The quick search is also a calculator, so if I was bad at math, 60 plates divided by 20, that means 3 machines. So another good tip. Now it's time for screws. We love screws, don't we? Again, these are made in constructors. So let's put one down here. Let's take a look at our screws. Screws are a little more complicated. They don't use ingots, they use iron rods. So each of these machines makes 40 screws. And remember, we needed 120 screws. So 120 divided by 40, that's 3 machines again. And what do each of these 3 machines need? They need 10 iron rods each. 10 times 3 is 30. So let's remember, we're going to put these 3 down and remember, okay, need 30 iron rods. Need 30 iron rods. So these are our screw machines. Let's actually set these recipes so we don't screw it up. Ha! Screw! Get it? Alright. And let's turn this around because we need the output to, be on the other side of the machine. And let's take a look at rods. So iron rods, 15 per minute. So if we need 30 iron rods, that's 30 divided by 15 is 2 machines, 15 iron ingots each. It's a 1-to-1, so we need 30 ingots for rods. I misplaced that. Don't worry about misplacing stuff. If you misplace something, build cost is nothing to delete. These guys need iron ingots. These guys, I don't think I went over that. Each of these needs 30, so 30 plus 30 plus 30 for the plates. And then these, between themselves, need 30. So we need a total of 120 iron ore for iron ingots. So let's look at our smelter. We go to the iron ingot. So it's a 30-30 1-to-1. Nice and simple. So we need 120 of these ingots. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Autosave. 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 It's the autosave song. Autosave. Autosave. Okay. Put that over there. So 4 of these making iron ingots. So we need our 120 iron ore. We have a couple normal nodes here. What I like to do is I like to use them one at a time. I think there's 3, and I think there's a 4th over there if you start in the Green Hill Zone. But wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Let's go miner mark 1. Anytime you put a miner on, it'll tell you, how much everything makes. A mark 1 on a normal iron node will get you 60 per minute, so we need a second one. And remember, you'll be able to upgrade these up to level 3, so mark 2 is twice as fast as the mark 1s, and the mark 3s are twice as fast as the mark 2s. You also want to keep in mind the belt speed that you have coming out. So, if we were to combine these, we would need a Mark 2 belt, since Mark 1 belts do 60 per minute, so we would need our dreaded Mark 2 belts for that. But if we keep separate, doesn't even matter. Okay, so now that all of our machines have been placed, every last one, I'm going to go over how to connect up your buildings pretty quickly. I'm not going to do the whole thing because that would be a little repetitive to watch, but first we start with our ore. Now behind each machine, you can put a splitter, and you can make it look however you want. You don't have to, put these exactly where I'm putting them. Make it your own. If you want to do something that makes it look cooler, absolutely do that. So we just connect it in, and then out. Now remember, 60 is going to come out of that, so you got to keep in mind, what everything is. So 60 is coming out of this, and 30 is going to go in this machine, and 30 is going to go in this machine. That's how the splitters work. They split evenly, no matter how many of the ports you use. So this one we got to put here. And I'm out of iron plates. How embarrassing. Okay, I have the requisite iron plates now. Oh my gosh, what an embarrassment. Happens all the time though. Let me connect these up. And then now in the front. So we got 3 of these. 30 each, 120. These guys, we remember, need 30. So 1 machine is good enough for them. I like to make it look a little straight. Let's go. So yeah, here we need another splitter. And then press Control, and that'll kind of line it up with these lines. But just be careful, sometimes it might line it up with something that you don't intend. And I'm out again. Just grab some of this. Could put it back later. And we're good to go. Now here we want to merge these 3. And we want them going this way, into the back of these machines. So I guess well, what we can actually do is to save on stuff. Just go like this. Get more iron plates. It's uncursed. And combine these. Now remember, 1, 2, 3 times 3 is 90. So the 60 belt isn't going to cut it. We need the 120 belt to go behind here. I always like to place the splitters and mergers first and then the additional buildings later. But again, you know, you do whatever you want. And because these have to be split like this, if we have a long line like this, we could also just do it like this. Put a line of splitters. The only difference is that, you know, first this is going to go 45, 45. Then it's going to, you know, then it's going to split off. But what's going to happen is this machine is going to fill up, and then anything extra is going to go to the next machines. So it'll take a bit longer to, like, spin up, but once it does, you'll be good to go. We connect that up, connect that up, that up, connect that up, connect that up. And I use Mark II here, even though after this machine, I could have used the Mark I, but I don't have the Mark I stuff, so yeah. That's kind of the basics. And then you're also going to want to power up machines. The base power poles, they take 4 connections. So what I like to do is start with one machine. You can also put them on these mergers. This is what I like to do. You can place them however you want. I place one, connect them to 2 machines, and then move on to the next 2 machines. After you connect up all your belts and your wires, there could be a couple things that you might have missed. So any machine that is red either doesn't have power, so this one doesn't have power. Oops. Oops. Where can he get power? He's gonna get power from this brand new pole that I'm making just for him. Yellow normally means not enough materials. This guy, what's wrong with him? No power. Also, and I connected him. See, this is how this goes. You're just gonna be solving problems for the entire game. And then this guy's yellow. Why is this guy yellow? Oh no, I forgot to connect the bell. So look at your building indicators for problems. Let's oh, he didn't have power. Now he has power. Good. Okay, so let's start going over here. We got our ingots coming in. Sometimes it does take a little bit for, you know, everything to catch up. But if you leave it alone for a bit and come back later, you know, you'll see everything going about. Now, this right here is a problem. Remember, how many screws did we need? We needed 120. So if you see this, like, this isn't moving, we gotta upgrade these belts. So let's go to our Mark IIs. Always make sure we're using a good level of belt, and then these split to 60, right? Yep. So these are good, these are gonna be good, these are 60 belts. So keep track of your belt speeds. And that should be good. The final indicator, the final indicator that we did what we were supposed to do is if you go to your machines at the end and look at your percentage here, this is the percentage at which the machine's operating. So it does take a little bit for it to kind of warm up and come up to speed, but if we tune in a couple minutes, it should be, if we did everything right, it should be all good to go. And after a couple of minutes, we're at 100% efficiency. So this is ultimately your goal, especially if you have something specific in mind. You want all your machines to be at 100% efficiency. That way you know you're getting what you need to be getting, what you wanted to get. And that is the general procedure on how to set up a factory. So take whatever you want to make at the end, work our way back. I also like to write down, you know, the little trees that I was shown on the screen as one continuous thing so I know where I'm going, and then, you know, you can cross each one off as you build the buildings. This game is, in my opinion at least, most fun when you're solving problems, and there are oftentimes problems you created for yourself, like, oh no, I didn't connect this belt, or oh no, this whole portion didn't have power, what am I going to do now? And the game is going to be, in my opinion, a lot more boring if you're just sitting at the craft bench holding down the space bar the entire time. Play in whatever way makes you have the most fun. If you just want to build cool stuff, that's totally another option. But for those who are looking for tips on how to best start up their first automation, I hope you found this useful. If you're interested in more guides like these, please subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave a comment or tune into one of my live streams on Twitch, twitch.tv/BillyLador. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. No matter what game I'm playing, feel free to ask a Satisfactory question. I also have a Dyson Sphere guide out. Feel free to ask a Dyson Sphere question. I'm always eager to help new players in these games. So, that's all for me, and take care.